In the depths of space, on the ship Narcissus, a queen has been discovered. A team of Marines has been dispatched to deal with the problem. But remember, in space, no one can hear you play board games. Operation Aliens Combat Game by Peter Pan Games in 1993. This is obviously related to the Alien franchise, but it's actually based on supposedly an unreleased kids' cartoons from the 90s. Although other sources claim the cartoon was never asked for and it was just a couple of stills were made. But either way, here we go. Quite a rare game. This game, some merchandise was actually released to shops. It's pretty hard to get hold of because obviously there was never an official cartoon or anything it's based on. So here we have the lovely colourful 90s box art, as you can see. You've got all your Marines pictured on here with their classic lines. You've got a couple of aliens as well. The Queen Alien, and then a couple that aren't actually ever featured. I think this is the Scorpion one with the 3 heads, and there's a ball alien over there. Back of the box. It's got usual stuff you get in the box around the time. It's got just a quick overview of how you'll play. Nice little picture. A couple of graphic designs you might see in a couple of the board games based on cartoons from the age as well. And then there's your contents list to the bottom. It's 2 to 4 players and it says ages 6 and up. So let's see what we've got inside. So first thing to note was this used to have a really nice insert. In the style it used to be, you'd have a little dip there that would fit all of your pieces, and then it'd be raised a bit there so your board would sit flat. There's only a thin cardboard insert and that's been lost to the depths of time. So first thing we got here, rule book. Have a look. Well, instruction leaflet it says, and it is basically a leaflet. 4 pages with the quite simple how to play instructions, setting up the game, playing the game, hints and tactics, space no one can hear you scream. That's a line. Next we've got the player boards. So all of the boards came with these little plastic needles. You just had to poke through the board yourself, and they just give you life dials. Different weapons you can pick up. Every board's exactly the same apart from the name. Get your weapons to improve your character, and then here at the bottom you've got all of the codes for the self-destruct sequence. So Hicks, Ripley, Drake. Next, here we've got a bag, all the little cardboard tokens, and these are just the self-destruct numbers. So obviously during the game you're just trying to collect all the different colours, so it's basically enough for 1 per player. And next we've got 2 decks of cards, event cards and alien cards. So having a look at the alien cards, basically you'll do about 1 a turn. Top half tells you what the aliens are going to want to do, and the bottom half, well, the general aliens, and the bottom half tells you what the Queen alien is going to do. So aliens will appear, aliens will move. And generally, I believe you do them once a turn, and you can use that to try and mess with the other players. And then event cards usually happen if you go around the board event spaces. Alien blood, moving sensor, find equipment, static interface. And they're just random events that will happen as you're going around your ship. They can help or hinder you. And then we've got our next bag and our last bag. So this has got obviously the tokens in for the weapons. Again, there'll be 1 token for each player for each weapon, and these just make your players stronger. Got a dice, not the original dice. The original was a nice chunky white dice, as was mainly featured at the time. And then here we've got the miniatures. The one reason I actually love this game. So here we've got our 4 Marines and then our aliens. So we've got our nice green one here with the rocket launcher. We've got our nice yellow one holding his gun in the air. Blue one with probably the flamethrower. And then Ripley with the minigun. She's the only one I remember which one she is. The other 3 I'd have to look in a bit more. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then the aliens, so you've got 4 of these scorpion aliens. As you can see, lovely 3-headed guys as pictured on the box with the tails. And then you've got the lovely queen miniature, which I've always been a fan of since I was young and I had the game. Stands quite tall over the others as well. And all of these are painted a nice silver. Originally they're supposed to be just plain grey as that, but the little silver effect makes them stand out a bit more. So I'll go to one side. And then last thing in the box, the board. And you can tell from this board it's definitely from the 90s and it's definitely related to cartoons. Cartoons or comic books, but as you can see from the bright colours, definitely made for children as well. Well, aimed at kids, 6+. But I loved it when I was a kid anyway. And yeah, there we have contents of the box. So if you ever pick up a copy, that's basically all you're going to have in it. If you manage to find one anyway. Over the last couple of years, I've hardly ever found any. So thanks for checking out the box, and I'm sure I'll release more videos on how to play it at some point as well. Cheers.